Good day, Saint-Martin. I'm Jaciana Lassero.
And I'm also Lauren.
Good day, Saint-Martin. I'm Glenda York.
And I'm Tiziana Hart.
And welcome back to another edition of Saint-Martin NEWSDESK.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's dive into our top headlines. Civil Registry employee arrested by national detectives. An employee of the Civil Registry Department has been arrested by the national detectives, the Lands Recherche, as part of an ongoing corruption investigation led by the prosecutor's office of Saint-Martin. According to authorities, the civil servant is suspected of accepting payments in exchange for unlawfully advancing appointment dates for government services, bypassing established procedures meant to ensure fairness and equal access. The Civil Registry Department plays a critical role in public administration, providing essential services such as the registration of births, deaths, marriages, and divorces, the issuance of official certificates, passports, identification card applications, address changes, and updates to personal records. Many of these services are handled strictly by appointment in order to manage demand and guarantee transparency. Investigators believe the alleged actions undermine that system by giving preferential treatment to certain individuals in exchange for payment. The investigation remains ongoing and no additional information is being released at this time. Authorities have not disclosed whether more arrests are expected or how. VROMI continues demolition on Pawn Island. The Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, VROMI, has confirmed that demolition works are ongoing along Swaliga Drive on Pawn Island, following a court ruling and months of advance notice to occupants. Minister of VROMI Patrice Gum stated that individuals occupying the land were formally informed as early as September 2025 that they were required to vacate the area by December. Although the demolition was initially scheduled to begin in early December, the timeline was adjusted due to the holiday period, with enforcement eventually commencing earlier this month. Despite repeated notices, authorities observed continued construction activity on the site in October. Stop and removal orders were issued at that time, but according to VROMI, those orders were ignored. The demolition now underway follows a court verdict that confirmed the validity of a long lease on the parcel. As a result, government is legally obligated to deliver the land free of any structures, residents, or obstructions. The current operation focuses on the removal of unauthorized structures, including makeshift dwellings, shipping containers, fencing, gates, and abandoned vehicles. Minister Gums explained that when enforcement teams first arrived on January 8, additional time was granted to allow occupants to remove personal belongings. However, when teams returned and found the area still occupied, government proceeded with the execution of the court order. Ahead of the demolition, inspectors carried out site assessments and full documentation, including photographic records of all structures. Coordination took place with key stakeholders, including utilities and law enforcement, to ensure the operation was conducted safely and in an orderly manner. The minister also clarified that the demolition area does not fall under the Emergency Debris Management Project and therefore does not qualify for compensation. He added that all recognized project-affected persons under relevant programs have already been compensated, contrary to public speculation. Looking ahead, the ministry says addressing unauthorized occupation of government land on Pawn Island will form a part of a broader effort to strengthen spatial planning and enforcement. While acknowledging the need for adequate housing, Minister Gums stressed that squatting cannot be the solution. Demolition activities at the site are expected to continue throughout the week. Maarten parliamentary delegation advances regional action on technology-facilitated gender-based violence. On January 21st, Members of Parliament Shamida Roseberg and Veronica Jansen-Webster represented St. Martin at a major regional conference in Trinidad and Tobago, focused on technology-facilitated gender-based violence, also known as TFGBV. The conference, organized by Parliamericus, brought together women parliamentarians from across the Caribbean and Latin America to address the growing threat of digital abuse targeting women, particularly those in public life. MP Roseberg moderated the opening session, which featured research findings showing that every woman interviewed, current or former elected officials, had experienced some form of online harassment. These attacks often focused on appearance, personal lives, and intensified during election periods. The research highlighted how deeply rooted gender inequality fuels online abuse, while also revealing that many victims do not report incidents due to inadequate responses from authorities. This form of violence, participants agreed, threatens democratic participation by discouraging women from public leadership. Discussions also focus on solutions, including stronger laws, clearer definitions of digital abuse, public awareness campaigns, and updated parliamentary codes of conduct. MP Roseberg shared progress on proposed legal amendments for St. Martin, modeled on international frameworks to address digital gender-based violence and improve access to justice for victims. Both MPs plan to present the conference outcomes to Parliament's Women's Caucus and work with schools and youth groups to promote digital safety and respect. The conference reinforced a shared regional commitment to protect women's voices and strengthen democratic participation in the digital age.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenna York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Martin, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Martin, your NEWSDESK featured story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
At Talon, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh,
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
every moment shared across our island,
Game time.
we're reminded this network was built by St. Martin for St. Martin.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Martin?
All right, let's go. Go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean Radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. St. Kitts to the World, now streaming everywhere. SZV introduces senior priority hours for clients aged 60 and over. Starting Wednesday, January 28th, SZV Social and Health Insurances will officially introduce Senior Priority Hours, a new initiative aimed at improving access and service for clients aged 60 and above. Under this new service, seniors can visit SZV without an appointment every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday between 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. During these walk-in hours, seniors can receive personalized assistance with pensions, 62-plus medical insurance, document submissions, and guidance on using SZV's online services. The senior priority hours will be coordinated by SZV's customer care department and can take place in the client service area on the first floor of Building 3 at the Harborview Complex in Philipsburg. According to customer care manager Morenica Arundel, while SZV already offered in-person support, this initiative goes a step further by creating a more comfortable, focused, and supportive experience for senior clients. In addition, SZV announced that pension department services will soon be permanently relocated to the client service area, allowing most senior-related services to be accessed in one central location. Further upgrades are planned, including improved seating, dedicated spaces for digital assistants, a new ticketed system to reduce waiting times, and a more welcoming service environment. Deputy Director Elton Felici emphasized that while SZV continues to expand digital services, the organization recognizes that not all clients transition at the same pace. Senior priority hours ensure continued personal support while also helping seniors who wish to explore digital options. SZV encourages all seniors to take advantage of this new service. For more information, clients can contact SZV or visit szv.sx. Strengthening Sport on St. Martin. Sports Development Workshop Series continues in 2026. Efforts to strengthen sport and physical activity on St. Martin continued last week with the launch of the first Sports Development Workshop of 2026, organized by the 4C Foundation in collaboration with the St. Martin Sports Federation and Stichting EGO. The workshop brought together professionals from sport, education, and policy to explore how sport on the island can be developed in a more sustainable and inclusive way. Keynote speaker Micah Herskop of the Merlier Institute presented findings from the recently conducted Child Monitor Survey, which gathered data from primary schools across St. Martin. Her presentation highlighted important insights into children's physical activity levels, sleep patterns, and nutrition, and how these factors directly influence sport participation and long-term talent development. Participants included physical education teachers, coaches, trainers, and sports administrators, creating a diverse and engaging exchange between research, real-world practice, and policy perspectives. A major focus of the discussion was the balance between broad-based sport participation and elite sport development. Participants emphasized that sports systems should prioritize giving as many children as possible the opportunity to be active, rather than focusing on only a small group of potential elite athletes. Research shared during the workshop reinforced that talent development is a long-term process shaped by a child's overall environment, including health, well-being, school demands, and social safety. The session concluded with discussions on concrete next steps, highlighting the need for stronger collaboration between schools, sports organizations, and policymakers. Organizers described the workshop as a strong start to the 2026 series and a solid foundation for continued cooperation and knowledge sharing throughout the year. Members in Motion, BPW Concordia Saint-Martin starts 2026 with purposeful leadership. BPW Concordia Saint-Martin officially kicked off its 2026 programming with the first edition of its Members in Motion series, held on January 17th at Bet's Ida Conference Room in Simpson Bay. The session, titled Start the Year Strong, was hosted and moderated by BPW member Luciana Yamamoto and featured an engaging interview-style conversation designed to inspire reflection, intention, and purposeful leadership among members. Rather than a traditional keynote, the session was structured as an open dialogue, creating space for authenticity and meaningful exchange. Luciana guided the discussion with thoughtful questions, setting a welcoming tone that encouraged participation and shared reflection. Guest speaker Valerie Damazo shared personal and professional insights drawn from her leadership journey, speaking candidly about resilience, staying grounded under pressure, redefining priorities, and remaining aligned with personal values while navigating professional and civic responsibilities. Members were actively invited to contribute, ask questions, and share experiences, reinforcing the strength of collective intelligence and peer support within the BPW network. The session emphasized that starting the year strong is not only about setting goals, but also about reflection, adaptability, and mutual encouragement. The Members in Motion initiative aligns with Sustainable Development Goal 5 on gender equality, promoting women's leadership, amplifying women's voices, and fostering inclusive spaces for growth and empowerment. Through initiatives like this, BPW Concordia Saint-Martin continues to strengthen leadership pathways and support women in creating lasting impact within their communities.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Martin is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights give us power, our responsibilities make us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility. Dependability, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Reggae fever is in the air and it's about to spread like wildfire when Freedom Fighters Foundation proudly presents the 27th annual Bob Marley Tribute Concert, Friday, February 6th at the Soggy Dollar Bar in Simpson Bay, featuring live performance by St. Martin's finest artists, featuring Percy Rankin, Essence, Timo, Lady Rubia, Kuje, Zoraida, Sigma, Roxy, Toby Hodge, Chantilia, Michael Madewell, and the music of the Freedom Fighters Band. Showtime is 9 p.m. sharp. Admission is $30 in advance, $40 at the door. Tickets available at the Eitel Shack on the Bush Road and from members of the Freedom Fighters Foundation. Don't miss the 27th anniversary of the Bob Marley Tribute Concert, February 6th at the Soggy Dollar Bar in Simpson Bay at 9 p.m.
Like I never did before.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Martin. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
Police Force of St. Martin has released an overview of its enforcement and community engagement activities carried out in Philipsburg between January 19th and January 25th, highlighting a dual focus on public safety enforcement and youth development initiatives. Throughout the week, KPSM officers conducted multiple control and enforcement actions aimed at maintaining public order and safety. These operations focus on robberies, traffic violations, taxi-related activities, and suspicious vehicle and scooter behavior, particularly in high-traffic areas of Philipsburg. During several operations, police addressed incidents involving taxi drivers who removed street barricades without authorization in order to access Front Street. Officers reminded those involved that such actions are illegal under Article 24 of the General Police Ordinance, which prohibits the unauthorized removal or relocation of traffic barriers and road closures. In a separate traffic control, officers identified a black Nissan Kicks that was later linked to an armed robbery committed on January 2nd this year on the front side of the island. Further investigation revealed the vehicle was operating with fake license plates and was registered to a local car rental company. The case remains under investigation. On Friday, January 23rd, police conducted a large-scale scooter control along Walter Nisbet Road, Harold Jack Road, and L.B. Scott Road. Numerous violations were observed, including scooters operating without valid documentation, leading to enforcement actions. Enforcement summary for the period last week included 23 vehicles checked, 36 scooters checked, 46 persons preventively checked, and 7 scooters confiscated. KPSM reiterated its commitment to safeguarding the community and encouraged residents to continue supporting suspicious activity. Beyond enforcement, the police force also took part in the Language Village 2026 on January 23rd, hosted at Asher Stevens Hillside Christian School. Several officers volunteered to participate in the educational initiative, which is designed to strengthen students' language skills and communication confidence through role-playing exercises representing various professions. To support the activity, sample dialogues were created for each profession, providing structure while encouraging natural interaction. Students rotated through different booths using a personal passport system and were evaluated on language use and pronunciation, content clarity and comprehension, interaction, and responsiveness. KPSM expressed appreciation to the school for the invitation and praised both the organizers and participating officers for contributing to what was described as a dynamic and educational experience. The police force reaffirmed its commitment to continue cooperation with schools and community partners while maintaining a strong presence to ensure public safety across St. Martin.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
St. Kitts and Nevis praised by the UNDP for crime prevention approach. News coming out of St. Kitts and Nevis highlights international recognition for the country's evolving approach to crime prevention, with praise coming from the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. The UNDP has commended the Federation for adopting a public health-focused approach to crime management, an approach championed by Prime Minister Terence Drew, who also serves as Minister of National Security. Drawing on his background as a medical doctor, Prime Minister Drew has guided national policy toward treating crime as a societal issue that can be prevented through early intervention, community engagement, and coordinated support systems. Officials say the strategy has delivered measurable results with significant reductions in violent crime, including historic declines in homicides and gun-related offenses. For the first time in more than 2 decades, the country has recorded single-digit homicide figures. The recognition came during a recent meeting of the Citizen Security Task Force, which convened for the first time in 2026. Members of the task force engaged directly with UNDP representatives who praised St. Kitts and Nevis for its progress in sustainable crime prevention. Government officials say they are encouraged by the international interest in the country's model and remain committed to building on the progress made towards safer, more resilient communities across St. Kitts and Nevis.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across our social media platforms. I'm Elsa Lawrence.
And I'm Jessica Nela. So I wish you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
Keep them friendly.